Madam Vice President, High Commissioner, Excellencies, it is my honor to speak in this 55th session of the Human Rights Council. We convene at a time of profound global crisis in inequalities. In a period of raging preventable conflicts, now is the time to engage in collective self-reflection and make multilateralism work better for us all. We must navigate with greater pragmatism the complex interplay between sovereignty and international obligations. Given the Philippine long tradition of active engagement with the international community, we gather three conclusions. First, the international human rights regime can be strong only if the domestic institutional frameworks of its member states work. Second, such regime is most effective when interventions are consensual, designed to help states fulfill their obligations. And third, the system's integrity is best protected when it fosters national ownership of human rights actions and programs. Guided by these lessons, ladies and gentlemen, the Philippines embarked on a 3-year joint program with the UN which will end in July 2024. Within the framework of this technical cooperation program, we work with UN bodies and civil society to strengthen existing domestic human rights mechanisms in support of our rights-based development agenda. The Philippines is one of the few countries that is up to date with its human rights reporting obligations. In the spirit of transparency, engagement, and openness, since mid-2022, we have had 5 constructive dialogues with treaty bodies and welcomed 4 UN Special Rapporteurs on country and academic visits. In November 2022, we underwent the 4th cycle Universal Periodic Review, accepting for the first time 215 out of 289 recommendations. In collaboration with the OHCHR, a digital tracking system is in place to effectively monitor the implementation of these recommendations and other treaty obligations. The Philippine Commission on Human Rights, an independent constitutional body, conducted capacity-building programs to further empower our vibrant civil society. It also revived the Barangay Human Rights Action Center initiative to mainstream human rights promotion at the grassroots level. We bolstered our drug rehabilitation and recovery programs and improved our law enforcement online data gathering and assessment systems on human rights compliance. The rule of law is the bedrock of any democracy. The Philippines adopted new rules to enhance our criminal justice and to further ensure fair, efficient, and accessible administration of justice for all Filipinos, particularly the most vulnerable. We mentioned the rules on case build-up, automatic dismissal of cases where there is no reasonable certainty of conviction, higher degree of proof in filing of criminal cases, and the liberalization of our bail guidelines, all consistent with the vision under the present administration of Bagong Pilipinas, or New Philippines. To ensure the sustainability of human rights programs post-UNJP, the Philippines will be establishing a Human Rights Coordinating Council, HRCC, to take over and broaden the programs under the UNJP and ensure greater participation of other government agencies and civil society organizations. A training institute for forensic science and investigation will be established. We will also adopt the 4th iteration of the comprehensive Philippine Human Rights Action Plan. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Philippines has played an active part in human rights regime building. We were there from the very start in 1945 when the UN's charter was drafted. We have seen the highs and the lows of human rights promotion and protection. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, many of the UN mechanisms currently have become polarized or politicized to the point that they have become ineffective half measures. Nowhere is this most painfully evident and clear as in Gaza, where human rights and international law seem to have lost any meaning. We reiterate our call for effective and immediate solutions to ensure unimpeded entry of humanitarian aid to a starving people and guarantee a nation's primordial desire for freedom and self-determination under the prism of peace and security for both the Palestinian and Israeli peoples. This, we believe, ladies and gentlemen, is the only way forward. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the paucity of just and effective responses in the face of immense human suffering diminishes us all. We cannot allow the whole system to unravel. This is what stands between order, imperfect and precarious it may be, and pure anarchy. Let us reinvigorate our multilateral institutions that is firmly anchored on international law, where justice and human rights reign. Thank you very much and good afternoon.